Hello and welcome back to this next episode of Oxygen Not Included, where we will continue where we left off last time. So it should be pretty straightforward, to be quite honest. So what is the next thing we should be working on? Basically this up here is starting to get to the point where everybody got their comfy bed, so that's wonderful. If I remember correctly, we started digging up here because we wanted some more copper ore, so in that regard it's pretty straightforward. And I think we was talking about trying to cool this area down, to be quite honest, last time. And the way that I think I was talking about what would be that we set out auto tuner, aqua tuner up here someplace, filled it with water, and then just fill it with water basically, because, and then just encase it, to be quite honest. Maybe we should just build it over here actually, because it would be easy to just entomb it here. Or maybe we should just build it here, because we got most of it, because it needs to be this size. So but how does it look with the plumbing? So there's no plumbing in this area, so that's great because we're going to build a lot of plumbing, to be quite honest. Copy setting. And then we are going to say I want this to be done now. So if we go in here and just to say that we want to cool it down, we want basically we just want this to be here, then we will like to get it entombed. And I don't because I would actually like to just get this filled up with some kind of, but what is it? Bottle emptier, bottle drainer. Okay, so that's so that it gets into liquid pipe. Okay, so well, we don't care about that. Then there will be all the plumbing. The liquid will get in here, basically. So we will just And now here comes the thing that is going to get messed up, because if I want to well, maybe we should just... Okay, everything has been... So now we can set... So... let's look at this, and then just say that we will go this way. And because this is basically an industry area, I will go down here. How does the temperature look like? So, well, it would be nice to get this cooled down a little bit too, actually. So let's go in here and say, well, we want so that's basically so that everything here gets cooled. Now, if we look at the water here, it's pretty hot. This is pretty hot too. So I will actually go in here and then make a loop up and down, in here and make a loop up and down. So I'm actually quite I don't think they can reach that actually, but only one way to figure it out. So we will go over here, and then we will just go up and down. Maybe we should actually do so that so let's look at we will have another bridge, and we will have another bridge, and go over and over. And now comes the sad part in some ways, because we need to get this out again. And this is in some way actually quite hot. It would be nice to actually get the piping over here, but because we already have water that goes from down here to up here. If this gets cooled down, this will get cooled down too. So I actually think we should just go up here, set a liquid pipe, and then go over here. So that's a perfect cooling loop actually, in that this will be running and it will be cooling down the area. But I actually think we will need to actually do this. So a new print, great. Ice. Well, we do say that we want to get things cooled down a little bit, so why not? Because it is quite hot over here. So actually we could do this. There's nothing wrong with doing it like so. Destroy pipes, only the pipe, only the cancel that one. Only the pipe here and only the pipe here. So the next thing is this one. I don't want it to be running all the time. Actually, I think this one actually needs to be one tile higher. And the reason for that is actually because we will need to get some power in here. So if we go in, and we will need to have yeah. Actually, we don't need that. We could probably just destroy this one. So So how does it look with this one down here? It does get to run. So I think I will deconstruct these two tiles here. Mostly because I want to get this one in here, because that way I can actually just drain this, and I actually think I want to have one here too. no power consuming. Well, it needs to be done before. So that's one of the things that are here. It is that and then we can do all empty. So now that we have done this, we can look at, because maybe the temperature here is if we go into, because we will need to set liquid pipes in here, and I want it here, and that is an automation, so we will need to plug it up. If the temperature is above at a certain degree, this one should be turned on. So that's the thing to be this. The other thing is that if it's not turned on, then the water should just be looping around, to be quite honest. And they can't reach that because so that's the one thing that should be done, and then we will need to say so now we can, you need to go here, you need to go here, and you need to go here, and you need to go here. So now everybody has a place to sleep. This is probably not a oh. Okay, let's no seed available, no seed available, no seed available. So we need to find something else. Well, we can just plant that. It's so nice that everything here is great. The next project is probably going to try to do something about this steam vent. I have some ideas for it, but I don't know if it's good or bad, to be quite honest, but there's only one way to figure it out. But now I want to I think it would be a good idea to get this area parkour fish. The question here is actually if we if this continued to get lower and lower and lower, then maybe we will need to, but we kind of can't get it lower. Or can we? What happens if we do? So now we can actually deconstruct all of this, because that's a total waste to have it there. That's the good part of doing something like this. It is that we actually free a lot of space. Actually, I would like to get this one done now, just to see if I can. Okay, so basically I think that we should just I don't have that oh, because I actually just want I think well, maybe we should just use. We could use some. What is it? Was it Prime that we got here? Down here. That's Prime. So let's get that. We need to do something about all this gas. Too. We need to find out a way to close this off so that we don't, so we can only have carbon dioxide down here. That would be wonderful. Okay. So let's see if we can. That was Prime, if I remember correct. No. Yeah, it's Prime. So if I go in here and then I say I want to have Prime here. If enabled, duplicate will deliver bottle liquid to this building directly from these sources. So, and I want it to be filled up now, basically, because that way I don't need to think about it anymore. That's the thing about it. It was something else if I didn't. I didn't need to be looking after it, but since I need to be looking after it, I will get it done right away. So So how much brine was that? That was basically 200 kilos. Well, it looks like it's going to take some time. Well, at least it's going to get cold. That's a good thing. And this thing is, well, it won't be active in this episode, but it we could always deconstruct. Cancel that. If I deconstruct this one, no, then I need to get that built first. Oh, this is going to get a problem. Actually, this needs to be cancel that. It actually needs to. Okay, this is down to get. So how does it look with that, with the cooling loop? So this one is almost done, basically. So the thing is, the only thing that is missing is actually this up here. So if I put that to a higher priority, then I think it should get done pretty soon. to be quite honest. Well, since they are always complaining about not having enough toilets, maybe we should actually build some. So this one, if the temperature here is, if we go into this one, because let's look at this. How do we do it? Cooling factor. It will get everything that gets in here is going to get minus 14 degrees. So that means if we want to have basically that means that the half of that is going to be okay, too hot. Well, we can try to fix that. And then we say ice. It will probably be the last time for that. So if we say we want 20 degrees in here, then we should probably set this thing that it needs to be cooling everything down to if over 27 degrees, because, and here's the thing, it's because it can get to that point. I think it's about half of the temperature, because if, let's say that it's one of the thing that comes in here is 28 degrees, then it will not get cooled, it will not get turned on. That means the water will be flowing, let's see, then this is not turned on, the water will just flow this way. The next one will be 26 degrees, then that will get turn this on, and it will get to cool down. So that's why it needs to be half. So, and basically 27, that's not hot, but it's hot in here right now. Everything is over 27 degrees. If we go into here and then we say relatively, and then we set this to 27 degrees, then basically most of our camp is actually hotter. We got a little bit that is lower, but most of the camp is actually a little bit hotter. And I think that this one should probably be around 20. So that's why if it's around 20, it is extremely hot here, actually. I want this to be fully submerged. So, damage, it's overheated. Okay, I didn't think this one could get damage. Materia, change materia. I think we will need to decon. Waiting repair. Okay, that means this one should... Well, Look, we are using ceramic. And I just... And luckily I had just set that to be a working thing. But I actually did think they would take more than 200 kilos every time, but need one refi, but we have a lot of that, so I don't really understand why it takes so long. Damn, this is taking a while. There is one thing that is very sad about that is that when that gets started to use, it will use a lot of power, and basically it's power we don't really have. So maybe we should focus on getting this one up and running. Because that we could basically just put it down here, and then the water would just for a start. Let's look at our skills, just to make sure that everybody's up to date. Because I think it was one of our duplicates that was not on his best behavior, or is it two? Basically, he needs to be better at this. So that was our builder. Then we got our cook, he is good to go. We got our decor, he is very fine too. Our digger, he is very fine too. Our duck, well, obviously he could be better. Now he's great too. We got our farmer, nothing there. We got our operator, nothing there. Our rancher, nothing there. Our researcher, well, might as well get him that because he's going to be the one properly. Then our supplier, well, and then our tidy. So everybody now is actually as it should be, to be quite honest. I sure hope we will get this one up and running this time, just so that we can get it filled up. Well, basically we could fill it up right now, and it's actually very simple to fill it up, because we actually just need to do this. Now the water will flow in here. Or at least that's what I thought it would be doing. And it sure as hell looks like it didn't do that. Maybe if we do it with a bridge. So now this one is actually totally filled up. So when this is done, deconstruct that one. And then I want to close this one off. So how does it look now? Now it's actually good. All the nice polluted water is getting pumped inside. And we can start to say that we will want this one to get pumped up too. So that's wonderful. Now there is actually one problem with this setup, and that is quite simple actually. This bridge here needs to go at some point, and when it does, all of this will be fully set up. We can fix that. We'll just let it run. So now I will just I will extend this, because I want to have one tile where it's not any fluid in it. So right now this can just get filled up. And we got a new print. We have water, and we got omelette. Well, we got food, so why not just take the water? It's not like it's going to be that big a deal, to be quite honest. And as you can see here, the water down here is actually the same temperature as up here. So how does it look with the plumbing right now? Still working its way over here. So how does it look with all of this? We must have a lot to do basically. So okay, I can't see what it is, so I will take one more. But that's the problem, it's a big map at this point. There's a lot of things that it should do, that needs to be done here and there and everywhere. So basically it's not that simple anymore. They are doing a lot of running around for nothing. So let's look at the plumbing now. I want all of these to be filled up, since there are some where the content is not that big. I want it to be filled up. There's no reason not to get it totally filled up, so that the cooling has the most mass at possible. New research. So the battery is getting charged right now, but and it's not even because this one is running. So quite interesting actually, because it's not like we have a massive amount of so So how does it look now? We go. Okay, there are some here, some here. It looks like this is the farthest reach of it. So when that has been added to the, we will delete this one. Sure is fine, it's mighty fine. There we go. Let's get that destroyed. And if we look at our temperature settings, well, right now everything is yellow. Let's go over to absolute. When we start to put in, say that this should be running, we will be using a lot of power. I think we will be waiting a little bit, for it to be just running for it to be running, but I actually want to know if this is actually working, so I will go in and add this time. Okay, so that was not, let's because this one should I just want to make sure that everything is working as it should, so that I can see, well, now this is done. That's basically what I'm interested in, to be good. There sure is a lot of gas here. So now this is running. So if we go into our pumping, then we will be able to see that water coming in is 90, more or less 30 degrees. Water coming out is basically half of that. And here's the problem that I want, because this is not, oh, this is what makes it so that it will always be running. And if we look in the temperature settings, then we are not going to be seeing anything for quite a while, because it takes time for this cooling to actually be go out to the room, basically. But I'm sure it will end up getting. So the but if we go into our settings here, temperature, then we can see our brine water, it's slowly getting heated up. If we go into our, to see this on the, oh, well, let's pause the game. Then if it gets over 100 degrees, it will turn to steam and salt. So basically, because this room is closed, it will never be able to fill this up, this area up to the point where it will not end up getting condensed. At the same time, this aqua tuner has an overheating is on 125. So basically, with this starts to get turned to steam, if we go down here, it will only, I think it will only be able to get to around 100 degrees, basically, the steam temperature at least. That's not to say the room cannot get it, but the steam cannot get higher. Well, I will think that's it for this time. I hope you guys learned something. I know I did. This is working. So basically I will cut the power off to this, because I don't think it makes sense to use that much power for nothing. I will be waiting until this one starts, so we can start just using this slowly. So see you guys next time. Bye.